3 is the 18th movie by Pixar Studios, who have made countless classics like Finding Nemo, Monsters, Inc., The Incredibles, Ratatouille, Up, WALL-E, the Toy Story films. They are arguably the most consistent animation studio on the planet. That is until around 2010 when Toy Story 3 came out, which was their last probably great movie besides 2015's Inside Out, which has seemed to be a little bit of a fluke because we've had movies like Cars 2 and Brave and Monsters University and The Good Dinosaur and Finding Dory. Some of those are decent, they're not amazing, but they haven't really put out a lot of great movies since this time period when it seemed like they could only put out great movies. And throughout the studio's history, the Cars films have always been looked on as the runt of the litter. They are the weakest movies in this franchise, and I can't really disagree with that. The first Cars is a nice little movie. I enjoy that film. It's fun. It's not amazing, but Cars 2 was just a disaster. And yeah, they did try something new, but it just did not work at all. Making Mater the main character was a horrible mistake. But now we have a Cars 3 for really no reason whatsoever, and this movie does get back to basics a little bit. We are once again actually focused on racing, thank God, and we go back to focusing on Lightning McQueen, the character who was the focus of the first movie. However, despite these few bumps in quality over Cars 2, this film is still one of the weakest Pixar movies to ever be made. Cars 3 is a formulaic, boring, safe film, and for a studio like Pixar, being safe and boring has never really been in their repertoire, but this is really the first film, I would say, where they really played it safe. Besides maybe Monsters U, but even Monsters U had some subversive elements to it. This is probably the most formulaic movie that they have ever made. Even though they have gone back to the basics of the first movie, it does not change the fact that these characters are one-dimensional, flat, and underwritten. None of these characters are fleshed out. None of them have any real interactions with each other. I don't feel these characters are actually friends. These characters are just terrible. Owen Wilson is not that good as Lightning McQueen. The character of Lightning McQueen is schizophrenic and terrible. His choice at the end of the film, which is supposed to be the culmination of his character development, is forced, is rushed. I don't know where it came from. If I do have a positive, this movie is very well animated, like all the other Pixar movies. It looks gorgeous, and I do like the actual design of these cars. I've always liked the design, though it does have some weird things when it comes to the physics of this world, but I kind of put that in the back of my mind. You know, sometimes it's hard to forget, like when Lightning McQueen says, I fixed the trophy, but how do they fix it? They don't have hands. Who knows? Biggest new addition is that of Cruz Ramirez, who is a female car, who is Lightning McQueen's trainer, who always wanted to be a racer. And Lightning McQueen is going to give her this chance, which is the big thing. This movie tries to be feminist, but all it comes across is fake feminism, because the only way she gets her chance is when a man gives it to her, and she doesn't go out and makes her own chance, which is really frustrating because there's another female character in this movie who did go out and make her own chances, and she's just like a freaking side character, while we have this character who is only reliant on a man, and that's supposed to be the feminist part of this movie, and they're going to try to sell this to females? That's just disrespectful. I don't know. This movie's just boring. Sure, I don't really get offended while I'm watching it. I think this movie is just very, like, flatline. There's not a lot of excitement. It doesn't really do a lot of horrible missteps. But I can't really recommend this movie. I think that if you're a Pixar fan, go see it just so you can say you've seen it. But there's a lot better movies out right now. I'm going to give this a C. Thank you all for watching. Have you seen Cars 3? If you have, comment below. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe if you want to see more great movie reviews. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.